Just negotiated through the rush hour in Stuttgart through the bike paths. There's quite a lot of bikes, so we're just across the river for the stadium. Still kind of get a good view of it here. There's still the River Neckar looking a bit murky, and we are following this bike path for a while, then we cross to the other side, and I think we'll follow the river for a wee bit more, and then down to the next town, which is about 2.5 hours away. Back to the river, and it's the first obstacle of the day. So it's probably flooded further up, so I need to go and find a detour somewhere. Well, I haven't done much filming since Stuttgart because I've just been negotiating the streets of the little villages in the way to get here. We're about 17k for our next stop. We've already done 40, I think. No, we've already done 32. We're on this new set-up cycle path that goes from Stuttgart to somewhere else, which was in that sign back here, which you've probably seen. It's a glorious day. This is what it should be like. Not in any rush to get anywhere. We've only got 250k to Munich, so plenty of time. So we've just got to chill out and relax. If you've got a bike and 100k a day relaxing, that is. How far this path goes like this. We're up to one of these marker points, so it's Subin. Ooh, the road works in front of us. Welcome to Groppingar Sport, Viren 1895. First and only stop of the day. So these guys play in a league I can't pronounce, so I'll put it up on screen. There we go. League there. Looks a tidy wee ground for a lower division club. Checked with one of the guys over there and he said it was okay to come in and have a wander about and take some photos. So we're 64k for Stuttgart. And we've only got another 38 to go to Ulm, which I think is where I'm going to stop tonight and find a hotel. And we're just about 10k for the last ground we stopped at on one of these bike paths. Stopped for a bit of food. You can see the river down there is pretty high flowing. And there is a wee stadium through the backyard, but I'm not sure which team they are. It's a wee bit along the road for the food stop. Just under 40k to Ulm for I'll hopefully be stopping the night, which means I've only done 105k or so, which is probably far enough. The weather's pretty decent, which makes it a lot more enjoyable. I think we've only got 3 or 4 more grounds to stop at before the Allianz Arena in Munich. Just came through because there's a couple of local guys came past that barrier, and this is the reason why it's been closed off. So there is plenty of room to sneak by on a bike, so hopefully that's the worst of it past. You can see why I get annoyed with Google Maps for sending me down a road like this. This is one time I decided to follow them to save a massive detour if I turn back. Turns out it worked out okay. But I don't know how Google can figure out that these routes exist, as it looks like you're crossing a field. And yet another detour. Good job, I've got plenty of time. We're only 10-15k to go, so I need to go back up this way. And over there somewhere. We're now crossing the Danube. There's been a few signs through that forest for flooding, so we're supposed to go for a path down to the left side of the river there, but I'm going to give that a miss and cross over and go through this town and then go along the road, so hopefully that should be less chance of getting a detour, and there should be more chance possibilities of detours if I do need to switch back. Good morning, it is Thursday the 6th of June. Day 16 on the road. I just left Günzburg for a stayed last night. I was planning on staying in Ulm, but once I was looking at booking hotels. I thought I could just go another 20k just to get a wee bit further on. First stop of the day is Augsburg, which is about 65 kilometres away. So according to Google, it's about 3 and a bit hours, maybe 4. And after that, I think it's another 60k to Dachau or something, or whatever you call it. And probably we'll be stopping there for the night, and then that just leaves 20k to the Allianz Stadium tomorrow. It is a lovely day. This is the warmest it's been at this time in the morning so far. It's just gone 8:30. Makes a lot of difference when you're not having to stop for the rain and get your phone out and check where you're going. Although the sat nav does apparently work while it's in your pocket. So I think this is a bike path all the way to Braco or somewhere, which is about 10 kilometres away. So I will just get moving and I'll get you updated later on. Just past the halfway mark, we've done 32k with another 24 to go. 10 it was through that forest out the back there, which was pretty bumpy. Just stopped for a bit of chocolate. It's not exactly Cadbury's fruit and nut, but that'll have to do. And I think we're following this bike path all the way to Augsburg, hopefully, because it gets us off the road and away from the traffic. After around 60k, I arrived at my first stop, TSV Schwaben Augsburg, playing in the 4th level of German football. Just approaching stop 2 of the day, the WWK Arena, home at FK Augsburg. Looks like they were founded in 1907. Stadium's 30,660, which is pretty decent size. They finished 11th in the Bundesliga this year, so that's top tier. Can't say I've heard of them before this trip. Right, we're now around the front of the stadium. Looks quite impressive here as well. Third stop of the day, and it's also in Augsburg. They're coming thick and fast. This one is Turkspor Augsburg, founded in 1972, playing the Bayern Liga Süd, I think. Finished 16th this year. Looks like quite an all ground we've got here. And as normal, if there's a gate open, it's an invitation to go in and have a look around. So it's much appreciated for leaving the gates open. Not sure if you can see that, but we're 100k on the clock. 100k on the clock. We're still in these amazing bike trails. It's a scorcher of a day, probably the hottest so far. We got a wee drop of rain when it was coming through some village, Augsburg it was. 70k to the next ground, which I wasn't sure if it was a mark, but that's where all the hotels are, so just under an hour to go and we'll be at the next stadium. Fourth, and what I thought was going to be the last stop of the day, was TSV Dachau, 1865, playing in the 5th tier of German football, which is the same level as the Scottish Highland League. I arrived here at 20 to 5 after 118k and nearly 8 hours on the bike. With only another 20k to the Allianz Arena, I decided to head to Munich rather than look for a hotel here for the night. Crossing the Autobahn again, it's 7 kilometres to the stadium and there's traffic jams, so it makes it better on a bike. Stadium is over in that direction somewhere, so we're there in about half an hour. You can just see the stadium in the distance. I did see that further back before I stopped at the last place. I was coming down a hill, only under 6k to go now. That's the first glimpse of it in Munich here. Quite at the stadium, I think, with another 5k to go. But I stumbled across the Bayern campus. Looks like it's open, so I'm going to go in. Yeah, I'll look inside and see how far I can get. Probably get ticked out, but never mind. Welcome to Allianz Stadium, home of Bayern Munich. 16 days, 1,440 kilometres, and countless how many teams I've visited so far, must be up to about 40. I've lost count. I finally made it to the destination. It's got to be the biggest stadium I've been at. This is where Scotland play Germany in the opening match a week tomorrow. I sadly only had a ticket for it, but I need to go and catch a train home. So I've just checked out the hotel in Munich, which was only a couple of miles from the stadium. So in total mileage for today is just over 140k, bringing the total for Glasgow to Munich to 1,445, I think. That's the end of the trip for Glasgow to Munich. I've still got 6 days left of my holiday, so I will probably be posting another video once I decide what to do after this, but just now I need to go and grab some food and get a shower because I'm absolutely wasted. Because I was some pretty big hills yesterday that totally wiped us out because I still hadn't got the bottom gear working. So if you've been watching this series of videos, thanks for watching, and I'll see you sometime again soon. I'm now back in Aberdeen after an eventful few days getting home after filming this trip. Things didn't go to plan, so check out the next video for an overview of the trip and the problems I encountered trying to get home.